Hi, and welcome to another episode of Crafting with Jasmine. Today we're going to learn how to put a tree onto a piece of wood and decorate it. Alright, let's get started. So for this project, we're going to need some all-purpose clear glue, some upholstery tacks, a disposable red cup, doesn't have to be red, and then your choice and colors of sand. I have the regular sand color, some purple sand, and some blue sand. You're going to also need a piece of wood. You can actually just get a smaller piece of wood if you need to. This was the only thing I could find. And then I made this wire tree a few weeks ago, and I haven't found anything to put it on yet, so this is what we're going to anchor it to. And then I'm going to put this big shell underneath it as kind of like the base. And then I also have a whole cigar case full of smaller shells that I can use to decorate as well. Alright. So the first thing is we're going to use our saw and we're going to cut this into a smaller portion. First we got to measure it out and see how big we want it. Alright, take your trusty pen and I think I'm going to cut off these ledges because I don't like these ledges on here. Have it come out to about right here. And yes, you should probably use some sort of measuring tape, but I don't have one handy right at this moment. So I'm just going to eyeball it and cut as clear of a cut as I can. Okay. So now we start sawing. Okay, so once you get your board cut to the length, the size that you want it to be, then you take your sand and add the amounts that you need of sand to your cup. And I chose the regular sand because I wanted it to look like a sandy beach. I chose the purple and the blue to bring out the purple and blue of the crystals that I have in the tree branches. And then once you have the amount of sand that you need, go ahead and take your glue, put as much in it as you need. I do about half and half. So half sand, half glue. And then just take a stirring stick. I'm going to use the end of a paintbrush. And just mix all the sand in it. Looks all galaxy right now. But just mix it and mix it and mix it until all the sand and glue is together. And then once you get the consistency that you need, then you're just going to pour it and then just spread it out. Alright. And so how I'm going to fix this is I'm just going to pour more blue and yellow sand over top of it. And I should have thought of this before, but I'm going to go ahead and put these plastic bags at least around the edge so that it won't get on the carpet. And while this is still wet, I'm going to go ahead and put my big shell right in the middle of it. Okay, so it's a few days later and this thing is solid. So now we're going to take the bags off of it and start mounting the tree onto it. So now we're going to take our tree and we're going to spread the roots out as best we can. And we're just going to place them over top of the tree. And make sure that on each side there is some sort of roots that can be attached to the sand part to anchor the tree down. And then you're just going to take your tacks, and normally you would use your hammer, but I was not able to find a hammer, so I'm just going to use my chainmail pliers. And you're just going to take your tacks, put them through the hole, and if the hole is too big, you can take your pliers and just twist it until the hole gets small enough to where it will hold this tack. See? Just like that. And then you take your hammer and just hammer it down. Well, there's one. And then you want to come over to the other side that's like adjacent to it, because you don't want everything to be, you want everything to be even. You don't want it to pull a certain way or anything like that. So we're just going to come over here to this other side, twist this down a couple times to where it'll fit, and hammer it down. And then you bring it around again. And if it's easier for you to just get up and move around your piece, that's fine too. I just find mine easier to move. Okay. And if you nail down each and every single one of the roots to the wood, that's fine. If you want to do that, I don't nail down all of them. I nail down a few and then I see what else I need to nail down after. I normally nail down the first 4, one on each of the 4 points, one on each side. Alright. And see how it's still like moving like this? I don't like that. So I'm going to come to the front, and these two are like crossing over each other, so I think I'm going to use them both. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to overlap these 2 wires and put the tack through both ends, just like that, and then nail them both down into the sand at the same time. Alright, and this one needs anchored down too, because if you move it, see, that one's still moving right there, and I don't like that, so I'm just going to pick one of these roots. I think this one's going to be the one, and I'm just going to anchor this one down as well. Alright, now our tree is completely anchored, it looks like. So then you're going to take all of the rest of the roots that were not anchored, and you're just going to tie them off. And what I mean by tying them off is you're just going to keep twisting them, just like how we did to get them smaller for the tacks. You're just going to keep twisting them. twisting them until there is no more hole. Can you see that? See, twisting it until there's no more hole whatsoever. And then you can push it down and use your pliers if you need to get it to lay the way that you want. And you're just going to do that for all of them, all the way around the tree. Okay, so once you got your tray anchored down and all of the ends twisted that you don't need, now is the time you decorate the outside. And this is also the time where you can actually cover up these, the tacks using either sand, or you could use shells or rocks or whatever you feel like doing. And for this part, I'm going to ask my girls to come in and help me with this. Girls! So now, we're going to take this paper plate and we're going to put some glue on it. And then we're going to decorate this piece with shells and sand. We only had purple sand left, so that's all we got. I'm sure it'll look fine either way. Mama. Okay, Mama. Okay, look. You take your shell. See your pretty shell? And you put it in here. And then you take the shell and you put it on here.
Is she just taking them out? Hey! Mom, look at this piece now.
Yeah, put it on there if you want. Put it on there, Mama. Can you put it on there? Alright, and since we didn't cover up some of these spots, I'm going to put glue on them, and we're just going to cover them up with some sand. Alright, so we're going to leave it like this until probably about tomorrow, and then we'll go from there. So it's the next day, and we're just going to pick up the project, and we're going to dump it the excess sand in this extra sand box. I know. It got all over the place. It wasn't big enough.
It was too fat the first time.
Ooh, will you look how pretty that is?
Yeah, I thought it would look nice if I put it on the glue. Subscribe if you like this project.
And now we're going to take off any of the excess that spilled on those bags. And we're going to sand down that edge. And just sand down this edge until it's all nice and neat.
And also get sandpaper. Look at this pretty art.
We got all of the sides sanded down.
Yeah, we did. Even this side.
This is the final This is the final product. Leave a comment. Tell me how we did. How do you think we did, Nettie?
Good.
Good. All right. This has been Jasmine
And Nettie.
with JD Wax. Thanks for watching this video. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.